So, hello everybody. It is me, Demetra K, and I'm sitting here with Donovan, a recovering Democrat Sadiq, also known as the Black Yule Brenner. And this is the last Demetra K show, unfortunately, this year. As you guys know, it is New Year's Eve, and so December 31st being the last day of the year. Anyway, the purpose of the Demetra K show is to promote Black love, knowledge, and understanding of all things that go on in the Black community to make us an even better people, with the emphasis on even, because we're great people, but we can always strive to do better. Like to say thank you, Donovan, for standing here with me for a whole year. Well, this is like what, our 8th year or so, but it's another year in the can and all that. We have some great topics and a whole host of things. Of course, we know we have one of the best audiences. I call y'all family members in the world. I don't care. I fight anybody all day long over that. And so we are not live, I should say that. But today we're going to be spending some time talking about that of Jeremy Reeves. He did something, and he's a defensive back for the Washington Commanders, and he did something that was caught on, video and all of that. But then, some stuff started to roll downhill, and I get into that. Donovan doesn't know what I'm talking about at all, but I want to get his initial reaction. So, Donovan, how are you today? That's the right music for today.
Yes,
That's
I
the
want
right
to
music.
know what this young man has done. It's going to be very interesting. But happy New Year, everybody out there. 2025 is here. Damn, Dimitri, it seems like when I retired from the military, 2025 seems so far off from 2012 where I was at. I remember I used to think like 2025, oh, that's far away. Don't worry about that. But time is, have you guys noticed that time is just like going like this? But again, one thing that is a constant, it is time. So do us a favor, you guys. You see a scrolling banner at the bottom there? That's a way, if you guys want to donate, that's a way to keep the content creator motivated to have these great conversations. You can donate by Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, cash, money order, however you guys want to do it. It does take time and effort to make these great conversations. And that is one way that you could contribute to the show and continue Black media moving forward into the future, because the future is social media. This is how a majority of people are now getting their information. Also, don't forget to download the African Diaspora News Channel app. On that app, you can get Vicky Dillard, Brother Phil Scott, Wongale, Demetra K, a whole plethora of new content contributors on the show. And a yearly subscription is great. And also, do not forget, you don't have to just, buy one subscription for yourself. You can give these out as birthday gifts, anniversary gifts, all this other stuff. If you know somebody that is not aware of what's going on in the African diaspora, or they think they know politics because because they pay attention every 4 years, this is a way where you can buy them a subscription and say, hey, I want you to listen to Demetra K show. Hey, I already paid for it. It's good for a year, whatever. African Diaspora News Channel. Hey, I paid for it for a year. You can do that. And the sooner we could get more people on these different apps, especially the African Diaspora News Channel, the sooner we can get off of the other man's platform and get on our own platform, because the revolution will not be televised. So please, please, please like, share, subscribe on your platforms. And again, I think it's a great gift. It's like giving your nephew a book to read for Christmas or his birthday, and he kind of throws it down, and he gets mad. Doesn't matter. The knowledge is where? In the book. So getting these subscriptions and buying that for people, it will wake a lot of people up, because last year, look at what Black media did. 27% of Black people walked away from the Democratic Party, costing Kamala Harris the election.
Absolutely, and thank you for that. All right, so let's get into it. So this past Sunday was a game between the Atlanta Falcons and the Washington Commanders, where the Washington Commanders clinched the win and they are in the playoffs. And so after the game, the defensive back Jeremy Reeves, number 39, did this. Okay, so I'm going to remove that. Okay, let me get rid of those two people. Okay, so that was his girlfriend, Michaela Worley. And it sounds like that was his longtime girlfriend. Of course, y'all can see he's white. And originally, when that was aired, that was the conversation. Like, oh gosh, not again. What's going on? These ball players and athletes, they're marrying what Dr. Umar would call a snow bunny. There goes the generational wealth. They're giving it to the white people. All that kind of stuff, right? I don't know. I don't want to say it's par for the course for the NFL, because I think there's a lot of black players that are married to black women, but we're seeing displays like this. Okay. Now, it's also said that he told her family prior to, that happening. So it was planned and everything. He says, oh gosh, I really had to win. And this is what he said in regards to her. He says, if we win this game, as Destiny Reeves said, he says, she earned it. I can't say enough about her. When I was at my lowest last year, she was there to pick me up every day. She showed up. That's my best friend, been my best friend since high school. So he's 28 years old. So they're around the same age, I guess. So since high school, which is roughly 10 years, right? He graduated right around age 18. And he also goes on to say, you can tell a lot about somebody when they are going through the worst and how they handle it. I was going through the worst last year, coming off an ACL tear, couldn't do anything, couldn't be my own man. And she was the crutch there when I couldn't do it for myself. Sounds wonderful and very deserving of somebody who, should have a ring on their finger. Okay. Well, then shortly after that, that appears. And I took the liberty of bleeping out some words. And that is Kaya. Now, listen. I went on her Twitter page or her X page, and let me tell y'all something, it ain't for the weak. Clearly, she's an OnlyFans type of person. I have to scroll because I don't like to just get tweets that everybody else has copied and pasted. I like to go to the page to make sure it's a real thing and all that. And yes, it's a real thing. But like I said, it ain't for the weak at heart. Okay, nevertheless, she says, not the same man who was in my DMs trying to fly me out and I think the F not. So she, being Kaya, or Kia, I think it is Kia, has busted him out because the NFL posted, saying a post-clinch proposal. Congrats to at JR1 Era and his fiance. And there they are hugged up together, all this other stuff. And so Kia's like, not so fast. Now, some other stuff I saw, I don't know if they hooked up or not. I didn't see that, but I've heard that they did. But nevertheless, she says that man was running around in her DMs trying to get with her. And there, as I said, he told us, the world, his fiance was there for him when he couldn't be there for himself, his longtime girlfriend, and all this other stuff. So I guess my question is, Donovan, why? Why? You're a man. So I'm going to ask you as a man. And y'all in the comment section, again, we're not live. What's going on here? What would make a man drop to a knee in front of, thousands, tens of thousands, and, even probably millions at this point, because people on TV can see it as well. What would make a man do that? And he's, tricking off in the background. What's going on here? And I'm going to take this down.
I want you guys to see the only woman that I've ever loved is my mama cat. This is Misty, 16 years old. We've been together. Faithful, loving. My mama cat. Been raising me since I was 40 years old. Okay. All right. I'm going to answer the question really quick because it's a very simple answer. Do you guys honestly believe entertainers, athletes, people that are making exorbitant amounts of money, businessmen, do you honestly believe, and I'm not saying all of them, men of power and wealth are known to have concubines and women on the side and things like that? You don't think Becky isn't aware of that? Of course she is. That comes with the job. Groupies come with the job. That's like ladies out there. Let's say it's Usher, right? And Usher wants to take you to the hotel and take you out and have a good time, right? And of course, you love Usher so much, you guys get intimate, whatever the deal is. Then the next day, you see Usher with another chick. You don't think that's going to happen? You don't think that is not? Groupies are everywhere around the man. Football players, all this other stuff. The difference is Becky, who comes from stolen wealth. Let me say that stolen wealth. She's used to stolen wealth being around her. She has probably she probably knows inherently, as she was taught, and it's not right. I ain't saying it's right, but it's been going on since the beginning of time. Henry VIII in England, he wanted to get with another chick. So what did he do? He left the Catholic Church so he could behead his wife, so he could get with another woman. You know what I mean? It's just something that's innate in men of power and structure. So that's nothing new. It's nothing new. But here's the thing with the Kia girl. And by the way, Cooking with Kaya will be on. You guys check anyway. Uh, only Kaya. Let me make sure that's. I'm gonna go look her page up for myself. Here's the thing. This woman is an OnlyFans model, allegedly, as you have said. I've seen what you put up there with her little thing. She looks very attractive. Of course, the man is going to put out there. I mean, and this is my saying, and this is my understanding. You're a whore, woman. That's what whores do. You are out there for services. Of course, the man's going to offer to fly you out to F. Of course, the man wants to do this to you, whatever. You are a sex worker. That's what you do. What is he supposed to say? Hey, would you like to meet me at Starbucks so we can have a nice conversation? No, your profession, you're a sex worker. So why wouldn't he do that? But see, what it is these sex workers that deal with these athletes and men of power, they think that they're going to be in the seat. They want that money and access to money. And a good example would be Young Miami. Notice she don't say nothing about Diddy at all right now. But when Diddy was out walking around, oh, that's Poppy and this, that, right? But now that the access has been cut off, the money's been cut off, she's gone silent. So these sex workers, no, and like I said, I don't know the woman, don't care to know. Well, maybe I do care to know. Well, I don't know the woman, I don't care to know the woman. You're a sex worker. So you're not shaming this man by coming out and saying he tried to do this. Of course, you're a sex worker. That's what you're there for. That's what you're there for. So it's a very simple solution. Like I said, his Becky, I'm very sure she is very aware of the groupies that come with these athletes and entertainers and everything else. What is the big surprise? There is no big surprise.
And I want to say this too, and I should have probably said it earlier. Just because the lady said it doesn't mean it's true, right? She could be lying. So I just want to put it out there. But I say it is true. I get that whole wealthy men have to have, or they don't have to, but they do have other women and this, that, and the other. But it's like the problem with that is this: most of the time, the women aren't aware. They're not aware. And to your point, it is said a man with means, he like to have a lot of women around, not all, but some. Just what's the problem with saying that? Hey, I'm balling out the gym. You'll never want for anything. Yes, I want you to be my wife, but every now and again, I like to, tip my little toe in somebody else's pond. Everyone, you know what I'm saying? Because I firmly believe there's a lot of women who would say, you know what? Yeah, you do gotta. Yeah, I ain't gonna never. I'm right now. I'm working. I ain't gonna have to work. Fine, fine. Because if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it. But at least you're telling me have the purse strings, the money, the house, the vacations, and okay, if there's some women who would be all right with that, because while you gone with her, uh, I hired a nice looking pool boy. You know what I mean? I hired the lawn landscaping guy. He in the summertime you know what I'm saying? But the problem is they don't tell them. Now I don't know. I would seriously doubt. Let's say the story is true. I don't know. I don't think that white woman and her white family, because she probably does come from something. I don't know. Maybe she doesn't. I doubt very seriously she knows that her man is potentially dipping in people's DMs and maybe, something else. I doubt she knows that. And I doubt she's okay with that. So my problem with that is y'all, now when I say y'all, I mean men. A lot of men, you get caught. So what does that look like for her if he's busted? He got down on what the humiliation of it all. Regardless if she's white, black, whatever it is, because that could have been a black woman, the humiliation of it all. Sucker, you got down on one knee in front of all these people and asked me to be your wife for life. I'm sure he put something nice on the finger and all of that. And then potentially somebody that you've been in their DMs is hopping out and telling on you. That to me, that's crazy. And you knew if it was true, you knew you was doing some creeping and crawling. And did you not think she wasn't going to say nothing? That's my problem with it.
Well, again, um, I mean, I don't know. A good example would be a Travis Hunter for what he's going through right now. Everybody's warning the dude, telling him to get a prenup. If you're going to love, you're going to love who you're going to love, whatever the deal is. But this woman is showing elements and traces of a gold digger, right? I ain't saying that she is. I'm just saying she's showing traces of a problematic type woman. Now, remember in that earlier case where she had a problem with him celebrating a touchdown with the cheerleaders? See, so I mean, jealousy is a human emotion. There's nothing you can do about it. It's just a human emotion. Some people have it stronger than others. Now, this woman obviously knows there are groupies out there, and she's threatened by those other women, right? Just like dudes are threatened, when your woman is down in Jamaica on a rent a dread, that y'all were busted on. You've been doing that for years. So it's a human emotion. So I mean, for me, you can't tell me people don't know this type of stuff is a possibility. So just like Super Chicken used to say, you knew the job was dangerous when you took it, Fred. You know what I mean? You just knew. You're dealing with athletes. There's going to be groupies. There's going to be temptation. It just is. I mean, look at the movie Five Heartbeats. Choir boy, of all people, in there doing what he had to do. I had the brothers are outside in the hall waiting for him to finish up. There's going to be these things that are going to happen. And the flesh is very weak. The flesh is very weak. I'm not making excuses. Again, Pastor Jamal Bryant, and I'm using that word very loosely. Look at his situation. Women all over the place. They want the influence, whatever. And, he isn't unapologetic about it. He makes all kinds of excuses. And it's just sad that we are living in Sodom and Gomorrah. We're in the Revelations, if you guys want to believe that or not. I believe it. We're in the last days where, men are sleeping with men, women are sleeping with women, and orgies are happening. All kinds of just stuff is going on. So I'm not surprised by this. But I will say this. If these allegations are true, Demetri, what do you think are the chances that Becky ain't leaving until she drops that baby on him?
I mean, another thing too is this. A lot of people don't leave when they're cheated on. To a lot of people, that's not the end all be all. And some people might say, well, that happened before we got married. Now, when we get married, it's a different story, but I don't know. A lot of women who are with men that got a lot of money and fame and fortune, a lot of times they don't leave. And to your point, a lot of times those women be knowing, they're like, yeah, he didn't come home tonight. Sure, he's at a business function. Sure. Okay, honey. Or whatever. But believe it or not, cheating is not a game changer for a lot of people. Now, I've always said this because I believe there's two types of people, depending on what it is. There's people who have cheated, and then there's people who are cheaters. A cheater is somebody who is unapologetically gonna cheat. They're gonna cheat on everybody they've been with. They will drop on one knee knowing they're gonna cheat after the wedding. Probably was cheating before they dropped on one knee. Then there's a person who cheated and it's like, oh my God, it was a mistake, I'll never do it again, and they never do, right? But as far as staying, yeah, a lot of women stay. A lot of women stay. Like, why? Well, I'm gonna leave you for cheating. And then you're going to go out there and, spend all this good money and fame and wealth on another woman. Then I'm going to have to probably fight you in court trying to get, some decent alimony. Because I'm accustomed to, Via Lararo. It's behind, I'm accustomed to all of this, walking through my hallways with all of my bedrooms in the East Wing pool and the West Wing. But I'm accustomed to all of that. So now if I leave you, I'm gonna have to take you to court. And I might get, if I got a child, I might get a little bit of child support. I might get a little bit of alimony, and then I gotta take my ass back to work. So it's not a game changer for a lot of people. But then, as I said too, after the marriage, maybe he's gonna be a new guy if this is true.
But the sad thing is, it's not a surprise to a lot of people that this stuff goes on. Now, the question that I would say is, why is this man with this woman since high school? Right, white woman since high school. Where were the sisters at? How come he couldn't find a sister in between all of that time in regards to what was going on? And there's been a saying, I forgot who brought that up. It was either I saw it on one YouTube channel, but they're saying that a lot of these younger women nowadays, and even the ones our parents' age and because it started with our parents, the degradation of the black family started with the civil rights era people on moving forward. That was the degradation of the family in the black community for whatever reasons. But they're saying that these, especially nowadays with these younger girls, rather than stick it out with this young man who might be a potential entertainer, star, or whatever, they want a man that's completely complete and ready to go and has millions in his pocket, whatever. I mean, look at these shows like Kendra G, and I'm not trying to name drop shows, but look at these dating shows that are out there, Pop the Balloon and stuff. What are the women doing to in their expectations of a man? You are getting rid of a man because he's 5'4". Average man in the United States is 5'9", right? But that 5'4" dude, he could be a millionaire. He could be a billionaire, but you're disregarding the man because of his height. And I'm talking to the sisters. You're disregarding the man because of the shoes he got on. He ain't dressed a certain way. I mean, stuff that's really insignificant to the man himself. You go to other cultures. I've seen it here in my neighborhood. I saw this beautiful Hispanic girl with this, and she had to be at least 5'6". She was with a man that couldn't have been no more than 5'1". They had 3 children with them at the park. And I looked at that and I said, wow, I wonder why she got with him. If most likely they were married. I saw a married ring. I'm assuming they're going to be married, or they are married. And I'm thinking, she got with this man probably because he's a provider. He's a good dude. He's this, that. Not, oh, he ain't blinging this. He ain't blinging that. He ain't blinging this. Kendra G, look at these shows. Oh, I want a man. He has to make 80,000, 6 figures, unrealistic goals. Rather than looking at the man themselves, and they disqualify themselves. So I'm looking at these young men that are getting other races, and I'm thinking, well, what is it that these other races are doing, especially the Beckys? They are looking at that dude and his potential, and they're sticking with it. Thus, Travis Hunter's girl, look at all the lies she's been caught up in regards to Travis Hunter. And to me, she targeted the dude. That's my opinion. She targeted him when she found out who he really was. And she's sticking with it through thick and thin. She's going to try to stick with this man no matter what, even though the drama she's bringing to the relationship. And it's just sad because my question is, sisters, young sisters, what are you guys being taught by your parents? And I'm going to say parents just to be out there. What are you being taught by your parents to where, because most black people are married to black people, that you can't get with this guy when he's got nothing, but you want to get with the guy when he's got the NIT money, when he's got this money, or he's got that money. These Beckys are going in ground floor and working their way up. Like you said, she's been with this guy for 10 years. 10 years, probably through thick and thin. What is going on?
I should also say, too, that Jeremy responded. I guess it's kind of a response this morning. And he says, it's wicked in this world. So he said, I'm sorry, it's wicked in the world everywhere, but there's so many good, genuine people out there, and I'm grateful for y'all. And then he also said, let's see, there's some weird people in the world, man. Always love on this end though. So it sounds like he's, kind of brushing it off or whatever the case is. I hope it's not true. Being cheated on is a horrible thing to have happen to you. Never cheated, always been cheated on. When I say always, I've been cheated on by everybody that I have been with, except for my high school sweetheart. When I was 17, he was going to the Navy, and he says, my uncle told me there's going to be a lot of women there, and I'm probably going to cheat. So I don't want to do that to you. So, well, actually, I was 18 and we broke up. But I was grateful in the end that he told me, and he didn't take me through that. Although when he came back from boot camp, he's like, I don't want to cheat. I want to. But by then I had already, kind of moved on or whatever the case is. But after that, I've been cheated on by every damn body. When I say everybody, I mean everybody. Every man that I've been with have cheated on me. Okay. So I say that to say, I hope this is not true. Maybe it's somebody who's seeking attention, and unfortunately, maybe we've given it to her. But I just think it's a lot to be said. I would think, and I'm going to answer your question, so don't let me forget what it is. I think just ending this part of it here, be careful what you do. Because I used to sell life insurance, right? And whenever I would sit down with somebody and try to fill out the life insurance application, you have a series of questions you have to ask them. Have you ever been cited for drinking and driving? Have you ever committed a felony or misdemeanor or smoked weed or, just a whole bunch of stuff? And then sometimes people say, yeah, but that was years ago. Well, how long ago was it? Oh, it's like 5 years ago. Now, depending on what it is, life insurance application, they'll go back 10 years and maybe some will say ever, right? And so you say, yeah, I got cited for drinking and driving. My license was suspended a couple years back. Oh, you're probably going to get declined. So I say all that to say is a lot of times when you do stuff, you think in the dark or maybe when you're younger that it won't catch up to you. And oftentimes it does. So I say all that to say, be careful what you do, because you might want to settle down and get married or whatever. And then while you're having a girlfriend or a boyfriend, you're still out there slanging your stuff around. And then you might want to settle down. Then you got somebody who's a hater. And I'm going to say this too on the other end. Okay, that man, let's say he potentially jumped in your inbox. What about you, Kia, will want to ruin that? You're not going to marry the man. You're not going to marry him. It doesn't sound like he's asked you to marry him, and you are who you are. Let's keep it a buck. You are who you are. You are, as y'all say in the manosphere, 304. That's who you are. It sounds like that's who you are. So if that man did jump in your inbox, it was probably to get some Becky in, because let's keep it a buck. Becky probably giving him that dry ass casserole. Let's just keep it a buck. You know what I mean? And he see you there. And like I said, if you go on her page, I'm not telling you to do it, but I went on there, took the liberty for you so you don't have to. She's got this big giant butt, it looks like maybe it's a BBL. And so as a brother, he's probably like, yeah, Becky's got an iron board booty, but you know what? That's who I'm going to settle down with. And I'm going to try to hop up and down on Kia for a little bit or whatever the case is. But back to my point. What about you thinks that you need to ruin that moment, right? If you know you're a 304, be a standard 304's place, be who you are, go jump on the next trick, because that's what you do, right? You're not doing none of this for free. But I think to try to ruin a man's nuptials, potentially, I think that's messed up, right? But then again, on the other side of that, be careful what you're doing out there, because everybody ain't quiet. Everybody ain't going to say I'm a 304 in peace. I'm a 304 and going. Everybody, some people are looking for attention. In fact, I would say with the inception of the internet, most people are looking for attention. That's why people do a lot of the stuff they do. They're looking for attention. So I just say, be careful, because everybody ain't going to keep your secrets. Now, back to what you asked me about. What was the specific question you asked me? Because I heard what you were saying, but what about this do you want to have?
Why are these Beckys getting these guys and being in relationships for 10 plus years or whatever the deal is, to where they're getting the rings? Why is that happening?
Well, first of all, I don't recommend no woman, since the man, because I'm a traditional woman. I'm not one of those women that's going to get on one knee for nothing. Okay, the only thing I'm going to get on my knee for is to tie my shoe. That's probably about it. I'm single, okay? Tie my shoe. So since it's the man that's proposing to the woman, I don't suggest no woman wait 10 years for no man to put no ring on your finger. That anything after a couple of years is a waste of time. 10 years is wild. But see, Becky was probably like, hey, he got the bag. And eventually, if I hang in there long enough, I'm gonna get it. But I want to say this too. There's a lot of sisters who hang in there with Ray Pookie, Jamal, Kamal, Jamil. They hang in there with them too for years. They do all that stuff he says she does. Waited by his bedside and cooked and cleaned and made sure when he didn't have no job. There's a lot of sisters who, as a matter of fact, I know a lot of sisters that do that. Then when that man feel like he could get on somewhere and do something, then he leave or whatever the case is, right? So I wouldn't say it's just the white woman that has the ability, but I would say this: a woman that wait 10 years for a man to make him his wife is a fool. Because how many other men did you let go by that was serious about you that would have married you a lot sooner? So I think for this particular woman, her name was Michaela, I think for her, it was incentive. Oh, wait it out. I'm sure being the girlfriend of a man as an NFL, sure he was taking care of her. Maybe they lived together, so she didn't really want for nothing. But then maybe her parents too was like, wait a minute now. Because that's how my daddy is, okay? My baby ain't finna be your plaything. Okay, you need to make it the main thing. Like, what are we doing here? 10 years is wild for you to be getting all the milk with the cow.
Right, trying to figure it out, not sure.
Yeah, because I'm not just gonna say, well, white people, black people too. Like I said, my daddy don't play about his daughters, but anybody has a daughter and they with a man that long in 10 years and you getting all you can get from me and I don't have a commitment. See, Farrakhan talks about that. Says women, stop laying down with these men and they have not committed to you. Because when they drop a baby in you, then they gonna run off with Susie and be running around with her while you got the mama's baby and he's got the daddy's maybe, right? So I wouldn't suggest that at all. But if you're trying to draw a correlation between why some women, I guess, maybe blow through a good man, I don't know. Some women, and just like a lot of men, but I'll just keep it with women, even at this age, they looking for excitement. I'm looking for the thrill. I'm looking. I've heard this. Get my itch scratching. You just don't do it for me. I'm out there. Because I believe it or not, there's a lot of women who like the gangsters and the thugs and the men who ain't got their stuff together.
We know that in our community. We know that.
Well, even in the white community, they tell you there's a brat that just was works in a high rise building somewhere. And Becky done left him for
got the biker dude.
Yeah, for the beer drinking trailer. Yeah, she up in the making the trailer park, rocking and rolling while her man is at work. But I think a lot of women do that because I don't know. They don't really know who they are. They looking for fulfillment in another person. See, that's the problem. When you're looking for fulfillment from another person, like, oh, that's why you hear a lot of people say, oh, you complete me. Oh, I was nothing without you. Well, then why are you getting with somebody if you was nothing? Because all you got to do is offer them nothing. Listen to the insanity in that. Oh, I was nothing without you. Oh, you're my everything. And I'm telling you this, I was one of the suckers that was out there. Oh, you're my everything. And then when I got my heart stomped on enough, and I really had to sit myself down and I thought about it. I'm like, I would never, when I say never, I mean never and forever, and 20,000 never and forever's over. Give my everything to nobody. No man, no woman, no cat, no dog, no nothing. Because when you give your everything to somebody, that leaves you with nothing. And then when they decide to go off, trick off, or whatever they do and break your heart, I want to be with you, whatever it is, then you are left with the nothing and they're taking off with your everything and now you're starting over. So you have to be fulfilled in yourself. That's why I think a lot of women, since we're talking about women, they leave and go off or leave a good man because they don't know who they are. They searching for the temporary. And I've said this before. There's a lot of people, men and women, who will mess over a good person for short-term stuff. Remember, we talked about this a lot. The ideology of a girl's gotta eat. Well, we know what that means. That means, yeah, I'm gonna go out to dinner with him. I ain't gonna never, he ain't my type. I'll go out to dinner, and I'll spend all his money, whatever the case is, but he ain't gonna never get nothing. I'm never gonna be his woman. And then he gonna spend all his money on her at Steak 48, Morton's, and the all that. And then he hit it with the, so you gonna be my woman? And I wanna be, nah, well, I'm not really into you like that. We just cool. We just vibing, we just,
Friend zoned, curbed.
yeah. But I don't know. It's just, you have to be careful. You have to be careful. And this is why in the nation they talk about courting, the courting process, which means you take everything to court. You look good. I look good. I smell good. I'm wearing my white diamonds today, by the way. However, I need to test that. I need to take you to court. You should be taking me to court. How are you with money? How are you when you get mad? You know what I mean? Now, I want to see how you handle things. Do you blow a gasket in traffic? I'm in the car, I'm precious cargo. I'm in the passenger seat and you get cut off, or you acting a damn fool, cussing and screaming and swerving and trying to, play rock'em sock'em on the road. I want to see how you handle all things. See, I'm taking that to court. I want to see, because like I said, for me, I'm 53. You got to be doing something. Now, I'm not saying, when I say something, I'm not saying you got to be a millionaire, which would be nice, but I don't care about that. I want you to have knowledge of self, and I want you to have great emotional intelligence, and I want you to be loyal and all those other things. But if you can't be any of those things, if not all, I'm not giving up a half of the bed for any old body. And that's where we got to be. Because see, right now, I do sheet angels in my bed. I'm all over that sucker. I'm rolling around and it's hot. I'm throwing the covers off. I got the whole bed. And sometimes when I'm in that bed by myself, I think, woo, he got to be something for me to get this up. Even something that simple.
Oh, when you say give this up, you mean your bed, or no, never mind.
Whatever you want to attach to that, but I'm talking about the bed. The bed.
Gotcha.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? If I got to be, stuck on one side, or whatever the case is, you got to. I'm not gonna do the foolishness. That's where I'm at. Okay, I don't
Okay,
have
fellas.
I listen. I don't want to say I don't have high standards, like I just accept anything. But what I'm saying is, I'm not that. You got to be 6 feet, 6 figures.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, 6 inches. Yeah. Minimum 6 inches minimum. But just so everybody has a good example of how Demetra is in her, I'm gonna give you guys an example of Demetra's bed. Can you hear it? Oh, sorry.
And I'm all right with that. I'm all right with crickets, because it's better than crabs.
Right. Well, the thing is, what I really want to say, and like I said, I think it's a damn shame. You see a lot of these young Black athletes getting with other cultures, and of course, economically, that money leaves our community, and it doesn't, help do what we do. We have a lot of broken homes in the Black community. Good example, like Cam Newton. Nothing against Cam Newton. If that's how he wants to live his life, and his women want to be like that. See, again, a man that of means. What's the other guy? The entertainer who's married to Mariah Carey. Nick Cannon. Yeah, another guy. Nothing wrong with it. If you can support your kids financially and do all that, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But it's been since the beginning of time that men have been dealing with this situation. But again, like I've said all the time, we sit around here and act like we don't see the blade in our neighborhood that has 18, 19-year-old girls out there, working as sex workers. And no shame to sex workers, because I was raised in an environment where in most cultures outside the United States, they have that culture.
I thought you was gonna say I was raised by a sex worker.
No, I'm not Richard Pryor. I wasn't raised in Peoria, Illinois, like Richard Pryor. No, but I was raised in an environment where that kind of culture happens around most places in the United States. Ask yourself this, you guys: why is it that as long as you're having sex on camera for money in the United States, it's legal? It's legal. Sex on camera in the United States or internet, whatever, it's legal. But two consenting adults having sex in the privacy of their own home or apartment or hotel, it's a crime. Doesn't make sense to me, but it is what it is. But you see the logic in that? It just doesn't make sense. So again, when I look at this man's situation, this woman is a sex worker, allegedly. I don't know that for a fact, but if you got an OnlyFans, I'm going to assume that. And she's trying to bust this man out for clout, but yet you're trying to put him on blast for what he's doing, but that's what your profession is. So if you're going to be a 304, own that stuff and be about it. But you don't have to put the man on blast like whatever. And see, this is the problem with this new 304ing. These women don't know when to be quiet. You do your job. Be quiet. Be quiet. Do your job and go about your business. But no, they're trying to get the clout. And then I'm not defending him if the allegations are true. But what I'm saying is, in our community, we run around here and we act like there's not a blade up the street from our home, and these young girls are out here in the strip clubs and doing all this other stuff. But yet this woman comes out acting like to shame this man for going to a sex worker. Yeah, okay, big deal. And that's between him and Becky, how they're going to resolve that. And I'm damn sure know for a fact Becky ain't going nowhere.
And that's fine. I'm not saying I'm not one of those people that say cheating is the end all be all, because I think people make mistakes. I think they do. You know what I mean? But if you a cheater, then yeah, you're just a horrible person. If you want to just gonna cheat on any and everything that ain't that, you're a horrible person. And like I said, I've been cheated on by everybody I've been with, and it does
Did you
not
hear?
feel good.
Yeah, did you hear what happened to that police chief in New York City? Did you follow that story?
I haven't. I had not
Okay,
yet.
you need to go that because the last they heard, allegedly, his wife kicked him out. He had a beautiful home somewhere in New York, wherever it was. She kicked him out of the home, and he's down in Georgia. Right? What is it? Anyway, I don't need to start about Georgia. He's down in Georgia, living with friends or family down there. But basically, I don't know if the man's innocent or whatever's going on here. More women have come out in the allegation, but this goes back to cheating. It seems to me this man is caught. I'm not saying he's done anything, but you got allegation after allegation after allegation. It could be true. It might not be true. But if you're innocent, and he might be innocent, why would your wife kick you out? Why are you living in Georgia? It's not like I said, what you're describing, these guys that are serial cheaters. If this man is that, he would be what you're describing as a serial cheater, using his position to do what he's got to do. And it's just sad, and the family suffers.
Yeah, and I don't want to put this just on men. Women cheat too. They cheat a lot. The
Women
problem,
cheat a lot.
yeah,
A third of all births in the United States, the father is not the father, and women do not want mandatory paternity tests.
well, you should have mandatory paternity tests, because everybody don't be telling the truth. The thing with women though, when they cheat, they good at it. They man come up with some
Until
elaborate.
the pregnancy. Until the pregnancy.
Yeah, but in the meantime, she's at her mama house. They shucking peas together, on a boring Thursday night. See, they don't go out on the weekends. They go out on a Tuesday night. I'm just going to go play bunco with the ladies. We're going to go play cards.
Taco Tuesday.
Well, listen, let me tell you something. We'll bake a whole casserole and some fondue. Like she going to hang out with the ladies, and she baking that fondue for a front, but she going to hang out with Jim Bob, whoever Ray. They gonna play bunco. That's like a white lady card game. I think I played it once. But all the ladies get together, and you ain't gonna know because she might do it on a Monday night. I shouldn't be telling y'all how. Not that I've done it, but I'm very creative. If I was to do, I'm just OJ now. If I was to do it, this is how I would do it. See, if my man, he liked to watch football, and he's a football fanatic. I'm gonna wait Monday night football, right? Monday night, he don't want nobody saying nothing to him. I'm gonna have all the food ready, everything he gonna have. Baby, what you want? You want some chicken wings and some all of the? Okay, I got you. You're gonna have everything laid out for you. You're gonna have some beer if that's what you drink, soda, whatever the case is. You good? You okay? Because listen, I'm going to hang out with the ladies because y'all be playing, watching football, and we just bored. So we decided to get a card game together with us ladies or whatever. So I'll be there about the same time the game is on, and he like, he ain't paying no attention. He eating his chicken wings or whatever. All right, love you. Be back. And then you leave. Like, boy, now you talking to the dude. What time this game over? Oh, it'll be over about 30 minutes. Okay, I got to go. I got to go. Because by then, your husband or, your man going to be out the zone. He ain't watching football no more. He's like, where's she at? So you got to get home before the game is over, you know. And hey, how was the game, baby? Did they win? Yeah, they won. They won. No, they don't. I'm so sorry. Kiss him on the forehead. Okay, I'm going to go get ready for bed. But you because you and then you in the bed, right? And then I'm like, I'm tired. I got a little headache. I'm gonna go to bed because that mean I can't because I just did, right? And he probably in his own little world, and then wait till next Monday night. If I was to do it, that's how I would do it.
Well, again, everybody's got their little insights on how to do all this stuff. When she comes home from work or our ladies' night and she goes straight to the shower, just like a man, he comes straight for the shower. That's an issue. That's something wrong because you're trying to get rid of the evidence.
Listen, you don't want no funky cat, do you? Oh, I've been playing bunko with the girls. We was we was excited. I was sweating and stuff. Or how about this? Okay, forget card games with the ladies. I'm going to the gym. I'm gonna go to the gym while you're watching football. I'm gonna go to the gym because I haven't been in a while. I'm gonna go to the gym. Okay, I'll be back before the game is over. And now you have a good excuse to take a bath. Right after you get in there, gotta make sure you kiss them on the forehead. All right, like get it some Mentos or something before you do, because you probably, you kiss them on the forehead. I'm gonna go take a shower now. Ooh, that was a good workout.
Yeah, but here's the problem with that, Demetra. You're not a member of 24-Hour Fitness. You're a member of
Planet Fitness because it's cheaper, right? Flat is $15 membership a month.
It's
$15.
not open 24 hours a day, so why would you be going to the gym at 11 o'clock at night?
Well, the game ain't on that damn late. I'm just going because you out. You watching the game. Why not? I'm trying to keep it tight for you, boo. You know what I mean? But see, I'm telling y'all how. Let me stop. I should not be telling people. I've never done it, but I'm saying that if I did, this is how I would do it. Okay. I'm not gonna give up no more games. I might have to write a book or something. Anyway, Donovan, I have a question for you before we leave here. This is the last day of the year. What's one thing that went well and one thing that went bad? And then I'll answer.
One thing that went well.
It can be personally, business, anything.
The election went as well as I thought it was going to be. She got blown out, so that went very, very well. What went bad? Well, you know what went bad for me, so I want to put that out there. But that's what went bad for me. So, yeah,
Actually, it's sometimes things that go bad actually are good.
good, right? Exactly. But that's the issue for me.
I would say what went well for me personally. I would say I found my voice even more. Now, what does that mean? I feel like because when you're younger, you just see like the older women and the men, they say whatever they want to say, right? You're like, damn, right? And I feel like I've gotten there. Like I'm 53, and I don't have a problem. I'm not one of those women that's like, oh, I'm not gonna tell you my age. God damn it, I can see you a woman of some season. Damn. So I'm not one of those women that won't tell you my age. I'm 53. Maybe when I become 103, I'll maybe lie a little bit. But I'm 53, and I've gotten to the point in my life. I'm like, what are you afraid of? Right? I feel like this year was that for me because I've been through a lot. And I said one day I'm gonna write a book. I don't know, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just tell it all here. I've been through a lot in 53 years with relationships and a whole host of stuff. And I believe everybody has a story to tell. But I felt like once I got to 53, it just kind of like something just clicked. Even to the point to where I'll say stuff, and Donovan, you know me personally, I'll say stuff and y'all be like, damn, wow. And I'm like, what? Why? That might have been brutal, but damn it, it was true. I'm not one of those people. And listen, I believe I'm big on delivery, but sometimes things just need to be said. And that's where I found my voice. Because I feel like when people have something to say and they don't say it because it's attached to fear. Oh, I don't want to, gosh, what happens if I say this? But it's like, is it true? Now it may not, and I think a lot of times people have a problem with the truth. And I'll say, like for myself, I've been one of those people who's like, oh, I should say it, but I don't want to make that person think one way about me. I don't want to make that person mad. But now I'm like, I don't give a damn. If you're mad because I'm telling you the truth, because I'm one of those people, tell me the truth. Whether I want to hear it or not, I'm not one of those people that can't take criticism. I will say, I don't like it. I think you'd be a lie to say, oh, yeah, bring all the criticism. I don't like criticism. But if what you're telling me is true, I'm going to sit with it and I'm going to say, you know what? While I didn't like what you said, it's true. And I probably do need to work on A, B, C, and D. So in return, I become that way. I'm gonna say what I need to say because I think when we, especially when we get this age and we're still biting our tongue, we don't do the generation behind us any good because we're not giving them the life experiences and the things that we, or we won't correct them. Nowadays, we don't even correct because we're afraid. You can't say nothing to them because they gonna get mad. So I don't say nothing at all. But see, we had grandmamas and great grandmamas and our moms. They be like, "Listen, sit your black ass down. Yeah, I don't care if you 50. Sit your black ass down because you doing this, thing, that, the other, blah 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 blah." But we don't have people our age don't know how to correct anymore. And a lot of that is because we out there need to be corrected. You know what I mean? We're still out there doing things that call for correction. So one thing that went good for me is I really feel like I found my voice. I don't give a damn if you mad. I don't give a damn if you don't like it. Yeah, I'm not gonna try to do the razor blades and lemon juice unless it calls for it. But I'm gonna say what I need to say because I need to sleep at night. And I will say my blood pressure has been better because of it. I'm not holding on to stuff that I need to say that I have not said. I'm gonna say it. And then, if you have a problem with it, we could talk about that. But I'm gonna say, and I'm not saying that everything needs to be offensive, right? Like F you, even though I have a problem with that either. And I would say one of the things that probably didn't go so well for me, I would say I didn't get in the shape that I wanted to. I'm a shape, but not the shape that I wanted to get in. But you know what? I didn't even wait for the first of the year. I started now. Like, I'm really working on me now. But other than that, I can't think of a whole lot of other stuff.
Yep. Like I said, it's going to be we're going into a new year. 2025 is here. A lot of Black people woke up. This election really woke a lot of people up. Hopefully, Black people will unite and try to get something tangible. We get these illegal people out of this country. If you are coming to this country and you're from a foreign country and you're coming into the United States the right way, welcome, welcome, welcome. How can I help you? Be successful in this country and show you the resources that you could use to do your stuff. But if you did not come here the right way, no, I'm not for amnesty for you or anything like that. Because if I step foot in your damn country, I'm not getting amnesty. I'm not getting welcome. I'm being thrown into jail, and I might not see the American consulate for months before they even know I'm there. So
Absolutely. And in closing, yeah, I would say too, for me, one of the things that I don't think went so well is really just utilizing my gifts and my talents, just really going just full speed ahead. And I've started to do that. And I think part of that has come out of just really being unapologetically you, right? We have to be unapologetically us, unless you're a horrible person. You might want to work on that. But I think a lot of times, we just get into the mode, and I'm saying this. I don't even know why I'm saying it. I just feel like if they say it, well, we got to please everybody. We're afraid of what people think. Oh, I will say that, but they might, and this, that, and the other. If you got a story to tell, tell it. Even if one person listens. See, that's always been my ideology. Would it be nice to reach the masses and millions? Yes, I guess. But if you reach one person, then you've told your story to somebody who cares enough to listen, right? Stop holding yourself back by the opinions of others who ain't paying your bills, who do not know you, who is not making life better or worse for you, right? Why are you? I think we need to ask ourselves that. Why are we paralyzed? Because that's what it is. It's a paralysis. Why are we paralyzed to the point of fear off of what people think? Now, I'm not saying we shouldn't care about what people think, because we should to some degree. But if it's to the point of, oh, I want to do this, but I'm scared people might not like it. Guess what? There's a lot of people who don't like me, and guess what? They could kiss my eye. Okay. I don't care. I don't rise and I don't shine for people who do not like me. For once, I rise and shine for me. Okay. And I should put the good Lord in there. I pray every day. I'm a praying person. I don't go to church, but my daughter tell you this house be filled with gospel music, sometimes hours on end. I want to, really just, as they say in the church, set the atmosphere, right? I say my affirmations. I haven't been good at that last year, but I'm starting to, all of that. But I rise and shine for God. I rise and shine for me. And then I rise and shine for those of y'all who I come in and, give this content to, or whatever the case is. But other than that, I don't give a damn. Because I know every time I rarely go into the comments, every once in a while I do, there's somebody, you should have did this, you should have did that, why you say this and that. And I'm like, well, why don't you get your own platform and you can do it the way you want to do it, however you want to do it. And then what I want you to do is, when you do that, is go into the comment section, and then I want you to see the people, that one person that says, well, I don't like what you did. See, that's the other problem too. You can have 1,000 people tell you did a great job. Woo! Then you focus on that one, you fill in the blank. You focus on that one person, and then and that ruins your whole day. Oh, I can't believe they said that. Oh, why would they say that? Instead of saying, kick rocks with an open-toed pair of shoes on and do it twice at night. You know what I mean? Instead of having that attitude, we focus on that one person that is, critiquing us, unless that's their job. We focus on the one person that critiques something we did, but everybody else liked it. See, we got to get out of that mind frame, because you know why? When we are paralyzed by the fear of others who don't like you anyway, it costs you money. It costs you a better life. It costs you a lot of stuff, because people who adhere to that one person, that one negative voice, you trap all your talents inside. You trap all your gifts inside. All your stories. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna do it, because that one person, they really kind of make me feel a certain type of way. So I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm going to just do what everybody wants me to do. And I said this when I first started really doing this. I would have people say certain things about what I said. Oh, we're going to make sure. I had one girl say, we're going to make sure that that nobody likes your channel. You fail or something like that. And I said to her, and I meant it to this day, you don't make sure I eat, and you ain't going to make sure I starve. And once I said that to her, I said it to myself, because a lot of times people get on these platforms and they do and say everything to appease everybody. And then when they make that mistake and then they get canceled, then it's like, oh my God. And it's like, you should have just came on here being true to who you are in the first place. See, y'all know me a long time. Demetra K, I make a lot of mistakes, and I will apologize when I do. Okay, I'm not one of those people gonna die on the hill if I'm right. But one thing I'm always be is me. Whether you like it or not, you're going to, I not, a lot of times we see a lot of people come on here and they pretending they all buttoned up. And then, because you might see me at Sprouts after I came from the gym looking a hot mess. That's all right. That's why a lot of times when I work out, and I ain't really did no workout videos lately, but I will, I look crazy. Because I'm not one of those people, those influencers. I got my makeup all done in my hair. I want you to see me for me. How I look now on here is how I look if you were to see me in Sprouts. I'm not doing all the filters and pretending. I'm going to be me, because people ask me this all the time. How do I get started doing what you do? I say, you start by being you. If you start by being somebody else, you're already failing, because eventually the real you is going to show up. So you might as well show up on day one and stick to that script, because that's the script you can memorize without having to read or go over. Just be you, and everything else will fall in line. But tell your story, get your gifts out and your talents without worrying about what that one says in the comments or anywhere about you.
There it is. There it is. In a nutshell. But in the new year, we're going to hurt and get out of here. In the new year, you guys be safe out there. It is, depending on where you're from, it is a crime to shoot a gun in the city, or at least here in California. It's crime to shoot a gun in California, period. Uh, Laws that they got going over here. But be safe out there. Please do not drink and drive. If you are going to go out and have a good time, have a designated driver or set up an Uber or a Lyft to get yourself home. Too many stories of people making the one mistake, and then you got to remember that one mistake could cost you your job, could cost you your freedom, could cost you your life. You don't want to do that, because especially those of you guys that have family that depends on you, you have children. You don't want to put yourself in that position. So please be safe out there. It's cold here in California. It's cold. Uh, just don't put yourself in a position like that. Have fun, enjoy yourself, if that's what you're going to do, and just be safe.
Yeah, we're gonna get out of here. And Donovan, I agree 100% of what you're saying. Be safe, but I feel like at this point, if somebody got to tell you that, what else can you say? Like, and I know, audience here is, mature and everything like that. But yeah, don't do that. But if you do, I'm sure this is not the first time somebody's told you not to do it. And then you jump into the car, drinking and driving, shooting guns and all that. That's a firm decision. And the consequences, unfortunately, you'll have to pay. But the other side of that is somebody else will probably have to pay too, because bullets go up and they have to come down, and they sometimes come down on other people. So, hopefully that's not something that needs to be said, but unfortunately it does. So, I just say traveling grace and mercy to everybody, and may God protect people, from the fools. So anyway, we love and appreciate y'all. We'll be back here later on at 5 p.m. for our last live show of the year. I don't know what we'll talk about, but I'm sure it'll be interesting. In the meantime, you guys be safe, and we'll see y'all in a bit. Peace.